Welcome to Go and Make Disciples. I'm Rev Kev, and we're talking about how to make your small group ready for non-believers when they come to attend. So one of the questions that I get asked often is, how do I make my small group ready for non-believers when they come? Do I do anything different? How do I make them feel comfortable? Is it going to seem weird? What should I do? Well, I got a few ideas that I'm going to share with you today on how you can make your group feel more comfortable for a non-believer, how your group can be ready, and how you can prepare yourself for when non-believers come to attend your small group. So one thing you can do that I really enjoy doing myself is an icebreaker. Icebreakers are a lot of fun. Honestly, they're a great way to get to know each other and laugh and have a good time before the meeting really gets started. You only want to spend maybe 5-10 minutes at most doing a little icebreaker, but this is a great way to kind of break the ice and make people start to feel comfortable. I got a couple ideas for icebreakers. One, you could go around the room and have everybody share an experience that they've done that they really enjoyed. Maybe they went skydiving, who knows, maybe they like fishing, or maybe they went rock climbing, or maybe they drove a race car at one point. Just have everybody share an experience that they've had that perhaps nobody else in the group knows that they've done. And it's a great way to kind of go around the room, make an introduction. If people haven't had a chance to get to meet your new person, as you go around the room, you can introduce them. It really gives the new person a chance to get to know the people in the group, and it gives them a chance to share something about themselves so that the people in your group get to know them as well. Here's another activity that you might like to try. It's called the I like game. And basically you have everybody in the group write down a statement about one thing that they like. Maybe they like lobster. Maybe they like hunting. Maybe they like driving fast. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is that they like, tell them they can write whatever they want, but it has to be something that they like. Everybody writes something, and then they all turn it into the group leader, and then the group leader reads them off randomly. And then the group has to guess who it is that wrote that statement. So if it was me, I'm probably gonna say, yep, I like fly fishing. So people around the group would probably try to guess who it was. Well, this happens to be a fun activity because, number one, everyone in the group gets to know the other people in the group a little better through the activity. But most importantly, the new person feels like they get to know the people in the group too. And the whole idea here for this icebreaker is really so that the new person feels comfortable in the group, they get to know people, and the people in the group get to know the new person. So try that, see how you like it, it's a lot of fun. All right, how about another idea? Give new people a gift. It's a great way to make them feel welcome and loved, and they feel special. Everybody likes getting a gift. Put together a gift bag, put a Bible, put a devotional, some things from church in there, maybe an invitation to attend church, maybe a CD. Be creative, have fun with it. Anyway, the point really is when you give a person a gift, you're really thanking them for attending. And when a person goes away with something like that, they feel special, especially if they're a non-believer and you give them a Bible, you give them something like that, they can go back and read. You know, if it's a devotional, chances are they're going to use it, they're going to pick it up. Obviously, if they're coming to your group, they're probably interested in what you have, so you might as well give them something to take with them. So another thing, having run groups for a long time, for decades now, one of the things my wife and I always do, we get prepared, get the house ready. Being prepared is really one of the best ways so that everybody feels at ease. You don't want to be stressing out trying to vacuum the house or try to clean up just as people are walking in. So prepare a couple days ahead of time. Another thing that you can do to be prepared is just make sure you have a good atmosphere. I think atmosphere really does make people feel comfortable. You want to bring people into the presence of God. So if you have a way to maybe dim the lights or put on a candle or put on some background music, those type of things can be really nice. The other thing that can be helpful is to prepare anything that you're going to present ahead of time. So if you're going to do music, if you're going to show a video, if you're going to have some printouts, Do all of that the day before if you can. Get it all set up so you're not running around and you're not stressed. Another thing is that you may want to have dinner, you may want to have food. Dinner is good for some groups if you're into that sort of thing, but don't feel like you're obligated to do a dinner. Even just having some snacks, some coffee out, those type of things are really great. People like to congregate around those, invite your people to come a few minutes early for fellowship. But one thing that'll really help is don't do more than you can do with joy. In other words, if it's too much, don't do it. You don't want to do so much that it's not a joy. So don't do more than you can do with joy. So another idea is have a group vision for new people. Tell your group you want to bring new people in and to start praying for one person that they can bring to the group. Everybody wants to see a new person come to the group. Work together as a group to kind of build that vision for bringing new people in. For example, maybe one night you guys all work on creating invitations. Everybody writes handwritten invitations, you decorate them, whatever, something like that. Maybe you all want to bake cookies together or do a project together that can work as a way you can invite people to come to the group. The other thing that really is exciting is when you get somebody who says, yeah, I'm gonna come, tell your group, tell everybody in the group that, hey, I got so-and-so coming. This is good for a couple of reasons. One, they can pray for that person before the group even gets together, that they would have a great experience at the group. And one tip that I'll give you is when other people remember your name, it really makes you feel welcome. So tell everybody about the person that you're bringing. This is a wonderful way to make a person feel welcome when other people know their name. Another thing I want to highlight is don't shrink back. Represent Jesus. Sometimes when new people are coming to the group, you may have a tendency to want to tone things down a bit, not want to worship together or pray because it might make someone feel uncomfortable. Don't compromise to make somebody else feel comfortable. Actually, whether they know it or not, they're coming because Jesus wants to touch their lives. So don't compromise, don't shrink back. Truly represent Jesus. So do what you would normally do in any group setting. So, for example, don't shrink back with worship, do worship together. Just tell the person that you're inviting, hey, one of the things we like to do is we like to worship. We love God, and worship is a way in which we express ourselves and our love for the Lord. So I know worship may seem weird, it might not be something you're used to, but just come and sit and relax and enjoy the atmosphere of worship. Close your eyes and just kind of focus on God. Maybe God will touch you. Just experience what it's like to be in the group when others are worshiping. So don't shrink back on worship. The other thing is, don't shrink back on prayer or don't shrink back on reading the Word. Talk about the Word. Pray with one another. Pray out loud. Don't compromise to make others feel comfortable. But whatever you do, be yourself, be real, and represent Jesus. So one of my last ideas for you is to pray a prayer of blessing over the person, over the new people who come. I do it at the end. I do it at the very end of the meeting because typically people remember the last thing that happened in a meeting. So make it a joyful time. Make it a time of great blessing. Make it a time where a person can actually experience God's love. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll just release the group to pray prophetically, to pray whatever the Lord puts on their heart, to speak a word of knowledge, to speak a word of blessing. There are a number of scriptures that you can pull out. Most of the time when I do this, I've experienced that God will move in that moment. God will say things to them that'll really touch their heart. It'll really encourage them. It'll build faith into their heart. Faith comes from hearing and hearing from the word of the Lord. So allow the Lord to speak through you to the person who comes. Don't miss the opportunity to pray a prayer of blessing over all your visitors who come. It'll be a high point in their memory of coming to your group. Pray a prayer of blessing over those people who come to your group. It's a really wonderful experience. It's great for the whole group to participate in. And I'm telling you, I believe the new people are gonna love it. All right, and so those are my ideas. I hope they were helpful for you. Until we see each other again, get out there and go make some disciples.